Hey guys, it's Rook here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about the reach of your posts and how to keep comments under a post closer to the top. Now, Alex Flynn is a great follow on X. He's someone who has a pretty good understanding of the X algorithm and some do's and don'ts, of how to post, when to post, things of that nature. So he's gone through and read the entire code of the X algorithm. So he's a great source if you have any questions, or just to read through. He'll answer questions you didn't even know you had. So I would give him a follow. Now he posted it like at the end of November, but I only just saw it like within the last couple of days, and I felt like the information contained in this was really great info, so I wanted to share it with you guys. Okay, so when it comes to the reach of your post and how to keep comments under a post closer to the top, he's got a list of 10 items on here that'll really help you out. So what we're going to do is we're going to start reading through the post. So small accounts ever feel like your accounts get zero reach? I figured out why. I've read through all 400,000 lines of code in the X algorithm. Here's the top 10 things that you are doing that are destroying your reach. So stop doing these. Now, you may or may not know that every user on X has a reputation score, and all of the things that are on this list will work towards lowering that reputation score. And the only thing I really know of that will help improve your reputation score is by following high reputation accounts. So if like a couple of whenever X Payday was, Tiffany Fong is someone who got a lot of attention because she was she makes like a ton of money on X. Now, something that's happened to her that's boosted her reputation score is that Elon Musk has followed her. So if you have someone who has 20 million followers follow you, then that's gonna boost your reputation score significantly. So now, of course, you're not going to have Elon Musk follow you, but by having larger, higher quality accounts follow you, that's automatically going to raise your reputation score. So the goal is that you want to kind of continue to grow. So even if you only have like 1,000 followers, you may not have someone who's got 150, 200, 300,000 followers follow you, but you want to kind of continuously work towards having people follow you that are higher than you by double, triple, and even quadruple. Keep it realistic, and if you haven't watched the following videos, or how to gain more followers videos, there's a lot of good information in there as well. And I'll try to link that down in the description, or put a card at the end or something, in case you've missed it. But you want to constantly, keep. This is something that doesn't move. There's not massive swings in this, so the way to boost your score is by continuously following people that are larger and larger and larger than you. Okay, and if you keep doing that, your reputation score will continuously go up, provided that you're not doing all of these things that can absolutely cripple it. Okay, so you may hear, I don't know if he talks about the rep. Oh yeah, okay, right here. So he speaks to reputation just a little bit in here as well. But that's the absolute key way that X uses to decide how many of your followers are going to see your posts. Okay, so we're just basically going to go straight down through these, and I'll stop on each and discuss if need be. Okay, so the first is, number one, is that the algorithm has a flag for high toxicity. It says see screenshot, but basically he's got a screenshot at the bottom that we'll see in a moment. But it just basically shows some of the things that they consider to be high toxicity. So if you're regularly being toxic in your content, the algorithm will figure it out and flag you. Now, when it comes to being a high toxicity account, or lowering your reputation because of that, that's going to involve quite a lot of things. Things like, if you get blocked regularly by people, the algorithm will assume that you're a toxic poster. If you use a ton of foul language. That's kind of a flaw of mine. I do use a bit of language on X, so that lowers me a little bit. Um, if you use certain words, and I'm not going to list them here because it's basically the same words that you can't say on YouTube, without getting struck. So, but those same words are considered high toxicity. Now, that's not to say that it's a freedom of speech platform, so that's not to say that you can't do any of those things. I've been blocked by people before. I've used foul language before, and I've used the words that you're not allowed to use on YouTube before. Now, it, like I say, this is not something that there's going to be wild swings. If you get blocked one time, you're not going to go into the toilet. So it's but what'll happen to you is if you do that in combination with like number one, two, three, and four, you'll start to see your reach slowly decrease. Okay. So number two, your follower and following ratio is bad. The algorithm has code that increases and decreases your reputation based on your following and follower ratio. You want 60% following to follower ratio ideally. Um, you can do whatever you want whenever you're the size of when you're the size of this guy right here. If you have if you've got like 250,000 followers, you can do that. Now, the only problem that you have is when you're somewhat new, if you have kind of a weird ratio, and again, if you go back and look at the who to follow video, and how to gain followers. That's kind of one of the things that I talk about. There's going to be I don't follow very many people like this at all. Okay, because I already recognize that they're really only going to follow back 60% of the people. Okay, so that lessens the odds of me getting a follow back. So I generally don't even bother with them. So if somebody's got like uh, you know for me, if let's say somebody has 10,000 followers, but they're only following back 5,000 people, I'm not going to follow them. Okay, that's just something that I know what they're trying to do. They try to lure you in by liking some comments that you make, but then don't follow you. I'm very aware of all of that, and that they're basically just trying to get followers, but really don't have any intention of following people back. So I'm not a huge fan of that, especially when you're new. Because they're looking for new people just to kind of boost their numbers to get to some kind of percentage ratio of followers to following, and I'm just not with playing that kind of game. So if I only want to follow people that I feel reasonably comfortable that they're going to follow me back. Okay. So number three, X wants to keep you on X. So if you consistently link out to what other websites, then your reach will disappear. Okay, that's true. Okay, and again, it's not to say that you can't, that maybe you don't link something that sends people back to YouTube or Rumble or whatever. It's just that again, consistently doing it is what's going to do you harm. So as a general rule, X does want to keep you on X. What you may be better served doing is maybe, if you have the ability, just record like a clip on OBS, and then, and then put that on X. Okay, I would always credit the original user, but that's something that you can do and keep people on X. Okay, number four is that spamming will get you docked. It's one of the big ways X determines if you are a bot or not. If you say the same thing over and over and over again, you'll be docked. Now that sounds like common sense, but quite frequently we may do that without even knowing that we're doing it. So the biggest culprit here, I think, is probably good morning threads. If you go through and just say good morning, good morning, good morning in every reply that you have, that's X may pick up on that as being spamming. Okay, because you're saying the same thing over and over and over again. If What I would recommend is, say good morning or happy Monday or whatever in as many different ways as humanly possible. And then when you have nothing else that isn't repeating itself, then just stop responding, or maybe go to um, maybe start responding like, well, that was not what I wanted to do. Start responding like with a GIF. Okay, so you would be able to put any of these on here, or a cup of coffee or something. Now that's just for like a good morning thread, but you can do that with pretty much anything. If you find yourself repeating yourself over and over again, or find yourself in a position where you can't think of anything else to say, then this is probably a good idea. Using the GIFs, or using pics, anything that is not just repeating the same stuff over and over again. Okay, because again, you don't want to be deemed as being spam. That will limit you. That's probably one of the biggest ones there. This is another one right here. Is Posting thoughtless replies like just a plain emoji, like a fire emoji or a 100 emoji. I see those all the time, but what they'll do is they'll push your replies further down the list. So this is extremely important whenever you're trying to get monetized, and the only way that you're really going to be able to is by being a reply guy. And uh, the last thing that you want is to reply to somebody and have your post get shoved all the way down to the bottom, because no one's going to see it. See, the reply guys are always going to be replying to large accounts that are going to have, 100, 200, well, upwards of 1,000 replies in them. So what you want to do, your ultimate goal is to say something of quality. I mean, not a fire or 100 or I know that's right or anything like that. You want to try to post something of some sufficient quality, that it gets a few likes and maybe a couple of comments under it, and that will keep your post closer to the top. Okay, so this is it's kind of a big deal. And even when it comes to like reposting, you don't want to just repost something and have nothing but a fire emoji, for your I say reposting, what I meant to say is quote posting. So you don't want to have just a fire emoji on a quote post, because there again, you're not going to get that many views on it. Okay, you're basically limiting your reach by doing that. Okay, this is kind of a big one now, and you may get offers to join these engagement groups. Well, let's just read through it first. Okay, using engagement groups will destroy your reach. The algorithm can detect when you are trying to game it. There is a massive ring of paid engagement groups on X. Do not use them. They will only hurt you in the long term. Not only will they hurt your reach, they'll get you banned. Okay, and you'll have to start completely over again. They sound like a great idea, but basically that's trying to game X. And if you do anything to kind of try to trick it, trick the system, trick the algorithm, that's basically cause for getting banned, and that's something that nobody wants. Okay, starting over is tough. I mean, I was on X, for a couple of years, and left to due to, well, same reason a lot of people of my political persuasion left. There was a lot of censorship and all kinds of stuff going on. But at that time, I had like 13,000 subscribers. So I ended up leaving, and then when I came back, of course, I came back with zero. Okay, so you don't want to get banned or have your account suspended or anything like that. And the engagement groups are an easy way to get thrown off altogether. Okay, sending your post to friends and having them retweet does nothing for your reach. Again, the algorithm can detect when you're trying to game it. It. I mean, again, you can try, but what'll happen is, I had a nephew of mine that liked and retweeted one of my posts. I mean, I didn't ask him to do it, but I got a message saying that that it looked like I was trying to, I forget the exact wording that they used, but it looked like I was trying to manipulate the system or something of that nature. And I got thrown off for like 12 hours. So I had to tell them, stop liking my stuff. I'm not trying to get thrown off for good. So even though I wasn't trying to do it, it thought I was. So, if you're trying to game the system in some way, uh, just don't. I mean, you can reach every goal that you have on X organically. Okay, that's the beautiful thing about the platform is that there's plenty of people out there that'll help you out no matter what niche you're in. Um, you know, so there's no need to try to by trying to move too fast. If you try to cheat to get to the top, it's most likely going to come back to haunt you. Okay, so number 8 is the algorithm is moving more towards retention metrics, meaning the longer people spend on your post, the more it gets seen. So if you're sending short posts that people don't spend time on, your reach will decrease. That's very true. That's why you'll see kind of a little bit more focus on threads right now, because threads will generally keep people looking at your content longer, and overall that will increase your reach as well. The longer that people are looking at your stuff, uh, the better your reach is going to be. And again, that's it's not mentioned here, but video does kind of the same thing. So if you have to read a 2-line post takes about 20 seconds, whereas if you can get someone to watch a 2 or 3 minute video, then they're going to be looking at your post for again 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, so threads and using some video in your post is going to be something that helps your reach as well. And just you want to stay away from just like the 1 line or 2 line posts. Okay, number 8. Oh no, that was number 8. Number 9 is that hashtags are dead. Using multiple hashtags actively decreases your reach. That's something that a lot of people miss the memo on, because you still see tons and tons of hashtags. So I've gotten to where I don't use them at all anymore. Okay, because I don't know what that magic number is, if one is too many or what. But I've not had any noticeable difference in not using them at all. If it is something like, well, I say not at all, because the only time that I may do it is if there's like a football game or something like that I'm interested in. Like, let's say, WVU versus Pitt or something like that, and I'm making comments about it. I may hashtag whatever the big hashtag is for that game, just so people can type in that hashtag and see it. But as a general rule, I don't really use them at all, aside for those very rare circumstances. Okay, this is a big one that a lot of people don't know about as well. There's also a flag for tagging multiple people. This can decrease your reach as well. Now, especially when it comes to, you have all of these people that reply to some posts that have like a dozen or more ats in the post, or mentions in the post. It's I I hate them, and the problem is that if you, so let's say you just can't engage with them. You can't say, um, thank you, or you can't say anything in the post because you're not talking to one person, you're talking to like a dozen people. Okay, so not only are they crippling themselves, they keep me from being able to respond to it, because I know that if I respond to it, I'm going to be responding to not just one person, but everybody that they mentioned in the post. And I have no desire to do anything that's going to decrease my reach further, because, like I say, there are a handful of things I'm going to get, because of the nature of my personality and the genre that I'm in. I'm probably going to get banned a time or two. I'm probably going to use. I mean, I'm going to increase my. Uh, I hate to say I'm toxic. That sounds terribly harsh, but I mean, uh, for what X deems to be, toxic content, I'm going to do some of that. I'm never going to have this following follower ratio, um, don't have any desire to do any of that. So I'm gonna have a couple of things that are slightly against me as is. So I don't need any extra replying to somebody that's got a million mentions in their post. Okay. Um, okay. So he finishes it off with all these rules can be boiled down to one thing. You want to produce high quality content that people want to consume, and don't be a jerk. Uh, if you're a positive person who raises the vibration of X, I guarantee you are going to succeed. Now, you can post however you want, and it is a freedom. They do allow for a decent amount of freedom of speech on here. Uh, but you do want to be aware of your reputation score. Now that's a hidden attribute that you're never going to see. You're never going to know. The only way that you can really tell what's going on with your reputation score is by looking at the reach that your posts get. Okay, so if you ever see someone complaining on X that their reach is bad, or um, something of that nature, this is it's probably a combination of more than a handful of things. Okay, this is like one of the ones that I see the most is just the emoji replies and the spamming. Those are two really pretty big ones. You do occasionally see people linking to Rumble videos or YouTube videos. Uh, we don't really the engagement groups. They were big as soon as the monetization program changed. But I think they're already being weeded out, and I don't know if people are getting suspended or warned or what. But you see fewer of them. Just if you do see them, steer clear. Um, and I think that is about it. So just keep in mind, and like I say, these thoughtless replies to posts on these replies. Especially if you're trying to get monetized, again, you want to make certain that you post something of quality and not some garbage that's going to get thrown down to the bottom there. Okay, and again, this is all came from Alex Flynn. He's a great follow if you have any interest in the inner workings of X. Uh, just a great dude overall. But basically, I just wanted to share this with you. Let's just look through some of his comments and see if there's anything in here. Is that why some people unfollow others? It really is. Okay, they're trying to get to that 60% ratio. Uh, I made the mistake of adding the X handles of every Republican senator to a post. Again, will absolutely cripple you. Is it possible to reply too much? I can answer that question. The answer is no. Okay, I mean, there's such a thing as posting too much. Okay, posting back to back to back again is something that can make you look like spam. But as far as replies, no limit. The more the better. This post is very helpful and relevant. Thank you, sir. Excellent info. Let's just take a look at some of these guys. A lot of these guys are probably going to be, if they follow him, they're probably already going to be in that like 60% club. No, maybe not. Okay. Uh, like I say, the reason that I feel like that is not a big deal is because it's only one of many things, and I've never paid any attention to it and never really had any problems with my reach. These smiley replies are the worst thing to read underneath the post. True. Let's see. Alex, you rock. These guys are all loving them. This post is a little weird, and uh, I may have clipped this before it had a chance to sort. But almost always you'll see all of the posts that have replies to them. again, what I teach people or what I tell people is that these rules are not like 100% solid because or 100%, because if you look at this, why would this post be on top of this post? Okay, when this post has 54 likes, a repost, and 8 comments, whereas this one has 1 like and only six impressions. So as what I tell you as far as how these are sorted, I guess are general rules that are good to follow, or they're like 99% correct. This is one of the rare ones that I've seen like this, where all of the um, all the ones that have the replies on them are stuck in the middle for some reason. Okay, I think that's just about it. So that's uh, those are ways to kind of boost your engagement. And when I say boost your engagement, I think your engagement will be fine as long as you're not doing things that actively harm your engagement. And just anytime that you post something, be very aware of your reputation score. So is this something that's gonna help me, or is this something that's gonna hurt me? Okay, and again, I would encourage you to go back to and look at the how to gain followers. If you try to gain followers the way that I show you, you'll have a higher percentage of those will follow you back, and it's going to increase your score because you're going to be looking for people that are that have more followers than you do. And if you continuously do that, that's gonna boost your reputation score. Even if only incrementally, it will boost your reputation score. But anyway, that's all I've got for today. We'll probably have another video coming out tomorrow. We may touch a little further on engagement, things that you can do to actively engage, or we may just move on if I don't if there's not enough new info for a video, and we'll just put it in like a recap or something like that. Anyway, that's all I got for today, guys. If you liked what you heard and you found it helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down in the comment section. I'm happy to help you guys out. If you want me to look over your profile, then just drop your down in the comments. But when you do subscribe to the channel, make sure you write the word subscribed in the comments, and I'll do what I can to get to everybody. But that's all I've got. So stay creative, keep posting, and I will catch you next time.